Welcome, everyone. I'm Vice President Megan Fisher. I'm super excited to be giving you all a few tips on message today. Congratulations again for starting your business. You have just embarked on one of the best journeys of your life, in my personal opinion. But message, it is such a big topic, you guys, because you personally have a message you want to get across to people, and then we have the message of Arbonne, sharing our product difference, our business difference. So it's such a wide topic. So I'm just going to narrow it down today and give you a few tips to help you hone in on your message and just effectively get started, get you out of the gates and running. So message, what is it? I think it's kind of a brand. So at the end of the day, when you're meeting with people, what do you want them to take out of the meeting? What do you want them to walk away from you gaining? One of my big tips in this is your message has to be authentic to you. Your message is going to be a little different than my message, and a little different than your upline's message, a little bit different than your sponsor's message, because your message has to be authentic to you. So that is a tip that I'm going to go over and over today, is just be authentic. You are authentically, wonderfully you, and just own it. But to give you an example of maybe what message looks like, I'm going to give you mine. So my kind of mission message, I want to help people through this business live their best life possible. And with that, like when they're meeting me, whether it's one-on-one or in a group setting, I want them to feel like I served them. And I helped fill a need, whether it was with Arbonne or not. I go into every appointment looking to serve people. So maybe that's just making a good recommendation of a restaurant because they didn't want anything to do with our products or our business, and that's okay. I served them with a recommendation. Maybe they were just interested in our products, so I served them by hooking them up with the purest, safest, most beneficial products out there. And maybe they're interested in the business, so I'm serving them, helping give them this gift that we have all been given through Arbonne, the gift of more financial freedom and time freedom. I want them to walk away feeling loved, feeling special, and like I truly, authentically connected with them. And then, of course, I want them to walk away knowing that our products are great, but our business is even better. So that's a little bit about message. Just take some time to sit down and reflect, like, what do you want your brand to be? Kind of what do you want your message to be? How do you want people to walk away from appointments with you feeling and gaining? But here are some tips for overall message. Just know, give yourself a little grace. Just know that your message will get better as you go along in your Arbonne journey, and you are going to be bad before you're good, and you're going to be good before you're great, and great before you're excellent. And to get from bad to excellent, all it takes is practice. All it takes is putting all these things, like getting into activity, into motion. And I kind of want to talk about that and just like having experience. So you are going to go from bad to excellent by experience. So the more you do in Arbonne, the more one-on-ones you do, the more workshops, you can call them workshops, group presentations, get together. The more you do, the better you're going to get. The more you practice that, the better you're going to get. So in the beginning, you're going to model all these things with your upline or sponsor. You're going to do some one-on-ones with them. You're going to do, obviously, your business launches with them. You're going to do some workshops with them, and they're going to model that for you. So in the beginning, it might be them doing most of it. And then the middle, you and them doing it. And towards the end of this modeling period, you're going to be there, and your upline or sponsor is just going to be there for moral support and to answer any questions you can't answer. But practice as much as you can. I think for message, there's kind of three things you can really get good at in your message. The first is the ask. The second is the one-on-one. And the third is the workshop. And I'll go through all of these, but just know I practiced every one. Before I made the ask, I practiced the script so I sounded natural. before I went to a one-on-one, I practiced. And really the one-on-one, my upline modeled to me, and I just kept doing it over and over until I got good at it. And then the workshop, my upline modeled that to me again, but I literally, before I went to even my first launch, I looked at our core presentation scripts and I practiced alone in my apartment and read through them again and again and said them again and again and again until I got comfortable with it. So I am just gonna run through these really, really quick. The first is the ask. So literally, there are scripts on our website. Your upline or sponsor has scripts. I keep my scripts in my phone in the notes section, so I literally am just going to run through two, so you know that they can look a little bit different. This is where you can put you into these. It cannot sound like a robot, cannot sound like me. So take a script, look through it, and then make it yours. But I think some major points to the ask are, you have to get permission, like make sure it's a good time to be calling or texting them. Tell them why you're calling. I love giving them an authentic compliment because, again, that's me. I want to show people love and sincerity. I always give them the out. So I say, it may not be a fit for you, and that's okay. But after hearing about Arbonne and how I can help, you might know someone I could serve. And serve is that's authentic to me because I want to serve people. So always give them the out, and then set the date. So here is just a really simple one. You could text this. You could call. Some people text and then call. So if I were going to text and then call, I would text Beth and say, hey, Beth, are you free? And she'll text back, yes. So I'd say, hey, I'm going to give you a quick call. Make sure you answer. I have a quick question. And then I'd give her a call. Or you could formulate this in a text too. If you, like my best friend, Briley, I could call her, and 30 seconds later, she'll text me, what do you need? And I'll text her, and we'll have this big, long conversation. She's not a phone talker, so I text everything to Briley because I know she's not going to pick up the phone. So this would be on the phone, like, hey, Beth, do you have a quick second to chat? There's your permission. The reason I'm calling is because I started a business, and I'm excited to share it with everyone. To be honest, I'm super nervous. So there's authenticity, you guys. Let your guard down with people. Tell them how you're feeling. To be honest, I'm super nervous to reach out to you because you're so, here's where you insert the authentic compliment. Because you're so awesome. I think you're such a positive, upbeat, professional person. And I just knew I had this tug to reach out to you because you're the type of person I love being around. Would you be willing, so here's the ask, would you be willing to sit down with me over coffee and just learn a bit more about what I'm doing? It may not be for you, and that is totally fine. My business only grows by word of mouth, so you at least know what I'm doing and might know someone I could help. Would Tuesday, so here's you give them some options, would Tuesday or Wednesday work to get together quick? Obviously on the phone, you're going to set it then. If it's through text, sometimes you guys, they're not going to get back to you. That's the beast of texting. So if they don't get back, I'd give it a day or two and then text them. You could text them, hey, did I totally freak you out? LOL. Or, hey, did you get my text? Did you want to grab a quick coffee? And you guys, sincerely, if they're like me, they see a text and they're in the middle of something like, oh, I'll get back to them. And then they forget to get back to you. Or they might truly have been ignoring you. It doesn't matter. I'm just setting you up for what's going to happen. Here's some how to deal with no's. Let's say they're like, oh, that is so sweet of you. Thank you for thinking of you, but this is not my thing. Or I would never do one of these things. Or I'm just way too busy. And they're not even giving you a chance to sit down. I just say, oh my gosh, Beth, I guess I should have been more clear. I'm not asking you to build a business. I'm just asking you to hear a little bit more about what I'm doing because you might know someone I could help. So I take that off the table. I'm not asking you to join the business. So that kind of helps if they have some hesitation to get through that. And then that's just some simple verbiage. Again, your upline or sponsor might have something similar or even something different. I'm going to quick talk about the one-on-one, getting good at this. I think the best way to get good at this is to do it with your upline sponsor and within your first week to 2 weeks minimum of the business. And one-on-ones, you guys, might not be your jam. Like, you might be totally afraid to even do them or totally afraid to even ask anyone to do them because they're foreign to you. I get it. I was there. I totally hated one-on-ones, did not want to do them. And I hate to say I hated because I had never tried them. Like, I didn't even give them a chance. But once I sat down with my sponsor and she modeled to me how they look and how they're totally not weird, they were my jam, you guys, because it's sitting belly to belly with someone and getting to know them and their dreams and their desires and discontent and just connecting with them. Like, that's my jam. And they're my favorite thing to do now. So if you are anti-one-on-one or anti-workshop, what I'm going to tell you is in your first 60 days of business, give them a chance. You don't know if you'll like them or not until you try them. And then after you try a few, you can decide after that, nope, I'm not going to do those, or yeah, I'm going to do a mix. I do a mix of one-on-ones and workshops in my business. And I truly think that's made a huge difference in why I've been successful in this business. But the one-on-one, model with your upline. So have them do the first couple with you. And maybe that third one, you guys share half and half. You do part, they do part. Because part of your experience in going from bad to great, like I said, is going to be just getting into these and doing them and learning as you go. And by that fourth or fifth one-on-one, you're probably going to be doing most of it, and your upline or sponsor is just sitting there with you for moral support and to answer any questions if you can't. And then the workshop, again, this is one of the things you're going to get better as you go. The more activity you're in, the more workshops you book, the better you're going to get at these. But get really, really good at practicing the script. We have a script for a reason. It's short and sweet. But if you're going to really hone in what to practice, practice your opening and practice your close. Make sure you're opening, you're connecting with people as they come to that hostess's home. Make sure you're loving on them and just making that connection, getting to know them. And then the opening of the presentation is just basically your I story. Is make it compelling enough that they want to buy their shampoo from you instead of Target, or buy your shampoo from you instead of another network marketing brand. So your I story, I always include like my name, a little bit about me, you know, where I live, my husband, my kids, how you were introduced to Arbonne. So for this has to be authentic to you. For my story, it's, you know, I was a product user for 5 years, and then I started the business. What you initially thought and what got you thinking about the business. This is like a 2-minute blurb, you guys, from start to finish, so it has to be short. But that could, for me, again, it has to be authentic to you. But for me, I was totally against anything related to home businesses because I thought they were for housewives who had nothing better to do than get a hobby. And the thing that got me thinking of the business was my sponsor asked me, where do you see yourself in 5 years? And I thought, not here. I was overworked, broke as a joke, and my dream that I was doing stopped being fun. Like, that's part of my story. You need to make this yours. My hesitations and fears and turning points. So that's another thing you could talk about. My big thing is I didn't want to be Megan the Arbonne lady. I didn't want to sell to my friends and family. A big turning point for me was to realize they were already using all products Arbonne sold. Why wouldn't I want to introduce them to the brand of Arbonne, which has much safer, more beneficial, and pure products than there are on the market? And then a glimpse into your future, or what success you have seen and where you're going. And if you're brand new, you can just say, you know, I'm really excited to see this business do XYZ for us. If you've been in the business a while, you can tell them some success you've had and then tell them where you're going. I'm excited to be at the top of this company because XYZ. So that's a little bit about message. Overall, you guys know that you have to be bad to be excellent. And to get from bad to excellent, all it takes is practice, and all it takes is experience of actually doing our reach out methods, the ask, the one-on-one, and the workshop. The more you do, the better you're going to get. And the more you do in a short period of time, the better you're going to get. So I hope you're all having a great day, and congratulations again on starting your business.